Imagine accessing crucial legal documents without ever leaving the comfort of your couch. Well, welcome to the complete guide on how to search Polk County Florida court records online entirely for free. I'm your host, and in this explainer, we are going to literally unlock the digital doors of the 10th Judicial Circuit. Whether you're running a background check, tracking a local lawsuit, or just trying to hunt down a misplaced traffic ticket, knowing how to navigate these specific databases is an incredibly powerful tool. We've gathered all the essential info, the guidelines, and even some insider tips straight from the official sources to make you a total expert researcher in no time. Okay, let's take a quick look at our roadmap for today. We've got 6 parts: Intro to Polk Records, choosing your search portal, search tactics and syntax, interpreting your results, troubleshooting and tips, and we'll wrap up with alternatives and next steps. All right, starting right off with Section 1, Intro to Polk Records. To really appreciate this system, you kind of have to understand the foundation it's built on. Under Article I, Section 24 of the Florida Constitution, and implemented through something widely known as the Sunshine Law, the default status of court records is public. This is a massive deal. It basically means you have a fundamental right to inspect and copy these records. Unless a specific law or judge explicitly locks it down, everything from a neighbor's property dispute to high-profile criminal dockets, divorces, probate, and traffic tickets, it is all available to you. And the absolute best part? Basic docket searches and document viewing can be done from home with zero mandatory registration or financial cost. Moving right along to Section 2, choosing your search portal. So here is where it gets a little tricky. Polk County actually splits its records between 2 totally different primary systems. You have Polk Records Online, which most people just call PRO, and then you have this Showcase Web Gateway. It's like a giant puzzle. You just need to know which piece fits where. If you're looking up civil disputes, small claims, evictions, family law, or wills, you absolutely must use the PRO system. But if you need to track down a criminal felony, a county misdemeanor, or, that speeding ticket from last month, you've got to switch over to Showcase. Now, both of these allow for anonymous public searches, meaning you don't even have to create an account to start digging around. Let's jump into Section 3, Search Tactics and Syntax. These databases are incredibly strict about formatting. When you look at a standard Florida court interface, like the underlying architecture used in Polk County, you'll notice it is highly structured. You're not getting a smart Google-style search bar here. You've got very specific fields for last name, first name, case number, and ticket number. If you just type a full name into a single box like you're searching the web, the system is probably going to freeze up or just tell you no records exist. So getting the format right is absolutely crucial. A bad search would be just typing John Doe. A good database-approved search requires the last name, a comma, a space, and then the first name. So DOE, comma, space, John. You can throw in a middle name if you know it too. Now, what if the system still gives you 0 results? Don't give up. There's an amazing pro tip for this. Try entering the last name and just a partial first name, like DOE, comma, space, JO. This brilliant little trick catches any weird formatting variations or typos made by the clerk who typed up the file in the first place. Now, if you are lucky enough to have the exact case number, your search is going to be way faster, but you still have to play by the rules. You'll input the 4-digit year, the division code, and the sequential number like 2023-CC-001234. If you're hunting down a traffic ticket in the Showcase portal, enter the alphanumeric ticket number exactly as it's written, but, and honestly, this trips up so many people, make sure to drop that final check digit. So if the ticket says 123456X, literally just search 123456. Oh, and one more thing. Never mix civil and criminal prefixes in the same portal. It will totally confuse the system. Okay, Section 4, Interpreting your results. Once you nail the search syntax, you'll be looking at a real digital docket. This is basically a chronological timeline of the entire case. You'll see the assigned judge, the attorneys, and a line-by-line history of every single motion filed, hearing scheduled, and fee charged. I know, it can look super overwhelming at first with all the legal codes, but just read it from top to bottom like a history book. You can even sort the headers, which makes grouping all the pleadings together to find a specific judge's order super easy. As you scroll through the PRO system, you are going to see the abbreviation VOR all the time. It stands for Viewable on Request. Think about it. The courts get thousands of filings a day, and they can't instantly manually inspect every single page without grinding the whole system to a halt. So they use this dynamic workflow. If you see VOR, it just means you need to click a button to request that specific document. A clerk then does a quick double check for sensitive data, like social security numbers, before they click approve and it pops up on your screen. It's a pretty clever way to balance transparency with privacy. Which perfectly leads us to what happens when they do find sensitive information. you'll see terms like confidential and redaction. Some whole cases, like adoptions, are marked confidential by statute to protect people's safety, so you just won't be able to see those online at all. For normal public cases, you might just see specific details legally shielded through redaction, literally just a black bar covering a bank account number to protect someone's privacy in a document that is otherwise completely public. Section 5, Troubleshooting and Tips. Look, even the pros hit a wall sometimes. So here is your digital survival guide if things go sideways. First, try that partial first name trick we talked about earlier. Second, clear your browser cookies and cache. The courts are uploading files continually all day long, so clearing your cache makes sure you are seeing today's real-time updates, not some old saved version. And third, this is a big one, if you're trying to actually register for an account on the Pro system, do not use Firefox. The sources explicitly warn that Firefox just isn't fully optimized for their registration screens yet. Save yourself the headache and switch to Chrome, Edge, or Safari. Also, patience is your best friend here. Just keep the number 3 in mind. It can take up to 3 business days for newly filed documents to be processed, reviewed, and made visible on the portal. So if you filed something late Friday afternoon, definitely don't panic if it's not showing up by Monday morning. And finally, Section 6, Alternatives and Next Steps. Viewing documents online is fantastic, but what if you need an official certified copy for, say, a real legal proceeding? There is a critical distinction here. The clerk does offer an instant e-certification service where you get an encrypted PDF with a seal, but right now, that's strictly for official records like property deeds. Actual court documents like a divorce decree or a civil judgment cannot be e-certified online. To get certified copies of court docs, you have to submit a request through the PIR system, Public Information Electronic Request, and have them mail it, or you can go old school and visit the courthouses in Bartow, Lakeland, or Lake Alfred in person. Keep in mind, your search doesn't have to stop at the county line. If you're tracking litigation that hops across Florida, the statewide Florida Courts e-filing portal is your next best friend. It connects you to all 67 counties. Or, if you need property valuation details that aren't tied to a lawsuit, you can head over to the independent digital repository of the Polk County Property Appraiser. Now, as a quick professional reminder before we wrap up, the info in this explainer is designed to help you navigate these public systems like a pro, but it is just general guidance, not legal advice. Always independently verify public records yourself, and if you're dealing with sensitive or complex legal matters, we absolutely encourage you to consult a qualified legal professional. Empowered with these free digital tools, knowing exactly how the dual portal system works, and armed with those syntax secrets, you literally have the entire Polk County legal system right at your fingertips. From local property history to statewide civil disputes, the information is out there waiting for you. So, what will you uncover next?